Good morning and welcome to Plymouth Town Crier. My name is Alan Costello. I'll be your host again today. Today is Sunday, February 21st. Today's location, we're at Stevens Field, a park in the waterfront area of Plymouth that's been under renovation for the last 6-7 years. And we're at the most recent phase of the reconstruction or the restoration. A local article will be talked about at this town meeting, the spring town meeting, Article 16D, which would be an addition of $350,000 to supplement Article 16B of the 2015 town meeting. What we're here today for is to take a look at the request for money to do some cleanup of some soil of the softball field. As you can look beyond me, there looks like there's some test pits that have already been excavated. We'll try to get to the bottom of that, find out how that's progressing. Some additional parts of the article would be to relocate the 1917 bathhouse restroom area. It's a building that was built for the 300th celebration of town. It's going to have to be relocated to a different area of the park for the new renovation. And we'll talk about that in a short time. But we just wanted to get you down here. There's also some electrical service upgrades that will be taking place if monies allow. It's the third of priority of the article, and we'll discuss that further as we go through the video. Thank you very much. We've now moved on to the second phase of Article 16D, and that's the movement possibly of the storage building / bathhouse that was constructed in 1917. The hope is to keep this iconic building part of the Stevens Field renovation project. If it remains at this exact location is yet to be determined. However, the thought is to spend approximately $100,000 to relocate this building somewhere on the park property. The building's in quite a bit of disrepair. It may just be cosmetic. Structurally, it may be able to survive the move. I know the chairman of the CPC committee, Mr. Cohen, has met with companies or groups that are experts at moving buildings, and he's going to have a report for the Advisory and Finance Committee at a later date. The third phase of the project, if monies allow, would be to bring in an electrical conduit to feed some future uses of the park. Hopefully, the first would be an outdoor hockey rink or ice skating rink somewhere on the property as well. The time to put those conduits in is during construction. It's relatively inexpensive, and if you do that prior to the final paved surfaces, it's much more cost effective. The first part of this article we talked about a short time ago, the waste or the hazardous material ball field, that price tag is $250,000. So this article, when it goes before us in town meeting, will have a price tag of $350,000. Again, the hope is to keep this building, move it, renovate it, and have it remain part of the park. Thank you. We're exploring Article 16C in this spring's annual town meeting. This is a CPC article that would be asking for $400,000 to extend the existing North Plymouth Seaside Rail Trail from its present location in North Plymouth, terminating at Nelson Park Beach. They'd like to extend the rail trail from this location at Nelson Street Park to Lothrop Street and follow the existing rail bed to continue to its final destination on Lothrop Street, where there'd be parking and accessibility to the rail trail. So this would be an upcoming town meeting article. It's actually a very widely used trail. It's actually very good for the town, it would appear, and the people that use it would enjoy the extension. It would make it safer to transit from here to Lothrop Street and to the waterfront area. So it should be a win-win for all involved. We're now at the head of the North Plymouth Seaside Rail Trail, right off of Hedge Road. North Plymouth, it's the beginning of the rail trail. This part of the rail trail would not be impacted by the extension. However, it would have a upgrade to the resurfacing of the walking and bike surface. So it's a beautiful day out here. We'll take a moment and go back and take a look at the new proposed end of the rail trail, Lothrop Street. We are now at the southernmost end of the proposed extension of the North Plymouth Seaside Rail Trail. We're at the base of Lothrop Street. To the left, we have the Copper Cove apartment complex. And over here, over my right shoulder, is the Cold Spring Sportsman's Club, as well as Jesse's Boatyard. If you look down here further, you'll see the proposed route for the extension of 16C, the extension of the rail trail. There'll be some clearing of trees and a resurfacing or a surfacing of the walking surface, whether it be asphalt or stone dust. We'll keep you up to date on 16C, but this would be the new trailhead. The parking area that we're in right now, probably 6 or 8 spaces, was negotiated through the developers of Copper Cove Apartments. So the trailhead has already been established. There's parking here, and quite actually a nice spot to either pick up the trail and head north, or to terminate here and head south into the downtown waterfront area. That's going to wrap up this episode of Plymouth Town Crier. I'd like to thank you for joining us. My name is Alan Costello. I've been your host for this episode. I'd like you to also remember to like and subscribe if possible. Also, your comments are very important to us. Let us know what you'd like to hear or see happen around town.